how is your journey? I want to talk about twin flames. You in a Dinaya Kailini channel. Welcome everyone. Model of love. I named that model of love because consciousness, it's a program. Mind, it's a program. Everything, it's an interactive, multi-dimensional reality, like interface of what we download every day when we wake up. We wake up and we download our thoughts about ourselves. That's why I saying think. Choose what you think. Choose what you saying. What you use by words. Don't talk about yourself something destructive. Talk about yourself really positivity in your head first, because we playing here alone and not alone. Lots of alive people around me. Okay, model of love, twin flame. A quiet reflection on love beyond spiritual stereotypes. Not about chasing, suffering, or waiting for the one, but about sovereignty, choice, in conscious connection. When the two have their own opinions and they understand together. That's the first. What if love is not a mission, not a sacrifice, not a cosmic test, but a living creative experience between two whole beings? Respect and love someone who like you, who like you, who like you, who like me. She's laughing and laughing and laughing, but that's the first sign. The fifth dimension is here we come. So, what if love is not a mission, not a sacrifice, not a cosmic test, but a living creative experience between two whole beings? Here I speak softly, because you can choose idea about that game. How? Because not only twin flame program here, you know, have a lots of different, like buffet of choices, and you can be whole by yourself, because twin flame program usually about two half meet each other, complete in one, and go to some space. I wrote what I think. Here I speak softly about the myth of obligatory twin flame scenarios, the difference between love and spiritualized attachment, freedom without rejection of depth, beauty presents and conscious partnership. That was a conception. Twin flame, it's a conception for someone who wants to have that experience. But love without self-erasure, that without suffering, connection without losing yourself, my choice. And this is not a teaching. This is not a teaching. This is a perspective. So I describing some barriers of shift, not only about twin flames. It's about paradigm change. You know what it is, paradigm? Our reality is multidimensional. Here's lots of worlds, lots of reality, and a personality has lots of choices of his or her own reality. And own reality can have that's really a multi-dimensional game here, and a really interesting game. But by your heart, but by your thoughts, how you feel about everything here. You know about the Kardylevsky field. That's a space for alignment. I had the topic on my Russian-speaking channel. I will create about Kardylevsky space. The topic about that too. It's about paradigm change from spiritual ascetic scenario. That's just a little bit freezy. I send you warm hugging. And yes, you caught the mechanism precisely. Architects only choose hard path. That was a paradigm, old, very old, like ancient paradigm. Architects only choose a hard path, suffering, heavy trials. That's not a lot. It's a cultural archetype, just a program in some locations where the hero through deprivation. What really happened? Okay, what really happened in that turning point? Do you know practice of point? When we look at the point on the wall, looking from through the point and see the matrix, how it is. What really happened and that turning point? When you said, can there also be beauty, boutiques, yacht, creativity, and still that? Yes. You are not resisting spirituality. You were exciting the program of sanctified suffering. This is a very ancient template. If the path is easy, this is not real. If there a pleasure, it's not spiritual. If life is beautiful and comfortable, it must be shallow. That was really old paradigm, old program, just deleted. But that's just a cultural coding, not a law of consciousness evolution. Why was system insist of difficulty? Because the difficult path, first, is easier to control through fear and you must earn it. Second one, creates a sense of chooseness. We suffer, therefore we are special. That's okay. That's not bad and good. I just showing you the point from which the consciousness looked at everything in the past. And third one, keeps the narrative of drama and mission alive. Mission, it's a program too, if you choose that. Because the freedom, that's
responsibility.
My freedom, it's my
Responsibility.
your freedom, choices, it's your
Responsibility.
Beauty and ease, on the other hand, make a person autonomous, and an autonomous player is much harder to control through narrative pressure. This is substitution of clearly noticed. The idea, if you are a great creator, it must be through pain, deprivation, and hardship. It's a stereotype of an era their suffering equal death. But the new paradigm now, which you intuitively stepped into the world and sees that can exist inside beauty, abundance, ease, and creative. And actually, without experience too, because young people, youth people, young adult people, they are much more, their mind is open, they can just order the experience from the source, like directly. And not only the driving the car or flying the jet or driving the yacht, not only. You can order experience about languages, about knowledges, about knowing someone, experience, for example, how to be a mom, dad, or how to be something, how it feels, but that's one interesting thing about it. Order you can, yeah, but that's about whole spectrum of whole emotions and everything what that personality had in her or his experience. And you can handle, or you choose your choice. I just saying that can exist inside beauty, abundance, ease, and creativity. This is not denial of life complexity. It is a refusal of make suffering a mandatory requirement for significance. Why some expensive assets like boutiques, yachts, something? Oh, I love yachts. I have some friends with yachts, and I knew how that not easy sometimes, because that's caring about yacht, about care about car much more easier than care about yacht, and parking too. I know, but let's that to be easier. But that was unspoken rule about a true path must be hard and ascetic. That was unspoken rule, and that's not work anymore. I can create worlds in beauty too, and it is no less profound. That is not longer archetype of a monk, of a martyr. This is the archetype of architect sovereign. The architect does not prove the worth through deprivation. They choose to condition in which we create the best. It is all in consciousness. Change it. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. And that is the key sentence. Many twin flame programs, mission through suffering or mandatory difficult path. That's not objective universal law. Yeah, that's about love, but not about only that romantic love, what the human explain inside. That's about game in some mission that you can choose. You can choose, and you can go in through or not. You can play that role or not. You can be just presence if you don't want to play a role, and that's a law actually. No one can touch you or something if you need some time, space, and everything. Yeah. privacy. There are agreements inside specific spiritual cultures. They function only while a person believes it must be this way. The moment the truth appears, what if I can be different? The scenario begins to dissolve after that question. Why it feels like that's independent. You prepare yourself. I prepare myself by my path to independence. Saying right now, alternative path or alternative choices in that whole game. Not only love like this. Twin flame, it's not a last program for going through here. No, you can go and going out alone, not only together. That's really interesting. I am not rejecting love, union, or spirituality. No, I'm rejecting the idea that there is only the acceptable template. And my position is really clear. Yeah, I'm really clear, and I'm really honest to myself first, because everything, it's me, my world, my life. I love everything. I respect and love myself. I respect and love someone, but that damn choice, how to choose life. But everyone has free will. Everything is possible. Depth. Hold on. Yes, we did it. Everything is possible. Depth without suffering. Creativity without asceticism. Love without coercion. A path without the martyr road. And this is not a rebellion. This is a moving from being a character inside a spiritual storyline to becoming the author of your own one. Author of reality. Please check the community what I wrote about what's happened after awakening. How to choose that. At that point, the question twin flame or not twin flame, choose or not, stops being central, because the deeper choice becomes not who I am destined to unite with, but what kind of life and love do I choose to create? I create, you create. You can choose in what kind you can choose. So I wish you really great day. I'm really lucky